Hey, it's Rani, and I am so honored that you have chosen to join me on this journey of holistic health and for 7 weeks diving into different aspects of health and well being so that you can thrive from the inside out. And my approach to health is for it to be authentic and enjoyable and sustainable. And I have been on the path where I've beat myself into submission to do things and discipline myself, and there will be discipline involved for sure, but it hasn't been from a heart-centered space. It hasn't been sustainable, and it hasn't been from that core value of loving and valuing myself. So I'm excited that you have joined me because the last 6 years have been transformational for me and my health, and I'm really honored to share some of my tips and my experience with you. All right, so the first core principle that I've set up for me as a naturopath is peace. And peace to me is integral to thriving. And so we're going to talk about that today in this video. What's the big deal on peace? How does it impact health? And how can I weave peaceful practices into my daily life? So we're going to do that today. And my core principles, peace and love, kind of sandwich everything in there. So we're going to start with peace today. I think next week we're going to dive into love. So we've got those external big brackets, and then we're going to dive into everything in between. So yay, thanks for joining me again. I'm really honored. So what's the big deal with peace? Well, I'm sure most of you have heard, but I'm going to explain it anyway because we need constant reminders about our nervous system, okay? So I'm going to use some big words, but don't let me lose you here. We have our autonomic nervous system. It can be in two modes, okay? We can have our rest and digest peace mode, or we activate our stress fight or flight mode, okay? This is massive, and so current health research shows us that 90 to 95% of all underlying health conditions comes from stress, comes from our body being in this fight or flight mode, okay? And so most of you know we live in a world that celebrates busyness. We live in a world for women that is just pushing that we're like these superwomen, we can multitask and do everything, and we're invincible. But the truth is, we have a nervous system that can be in two modes, and if we remain in this stress fight or flight mode, there is so much that doesn't happen to our body to repair, to replenish, to rejuvenate, okay? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So fight or flight mode is what we call when our sympathetic nervous system is activated, okay? Remember, you can only be in one of two modes. Sympathetic nervous system, stress. Parasympathetic nervous system, relaxed, rest and digest, okay? And don't get me wrong, I'm not making one wrong and one right. Because when we need to run, when we need to hustle, when we need to be able to multitask because we have things to get done, we need to be able to function in that mode, okay? We need to be able to focus and divert all our attention and energy on what we're doing in the given moment. So fight or flight, they say when we had to run from a bear, when we had to just survive, this mechanism kicks into place, and it's brilliant and it's great and we need it, okay? It's not bad or wrong, just not healthy when we stay in that mode, because this is what we're missing out on the parasympathetic nervous system side, is rest and digest, okay? And if we're always in that mode, survival, we don't get to thrive. So what happens when you're in fight or flight mode? Your digestive system goes on holiday, okay? Because I need to divert all my energy into being able to run, to jump, to multitask, to go, to just be ready for action. So my digestive system goes, I don't have time to digest food. What am I talking about? I just need to survive right now, okay? So if you've found yourself with some gut issues right now, maybe you can piece together the link that you're not feeling safe enough to even digest your food. And that's a real worry, okay? So what else gets put on the back burner is our skin, hair, and nails, okay? Because when you need to survive, you're not worried about glowing and looking attractive and having glowing, healthy skin and strong nails and strong hair and growing your hair long. You just need to survive again, okay? And our body doesn't also, in this fight or flight mode, it doesn't focus on our hormones being in a great flow and our cycle and for making babies as women. Because when I need to survive, I am not in a safe place to bring a child into the world, okay? These are just a handful of the things that are impaired when we are in fight or flight mode, okay? So we're in this stress, we just got to be quick response and we're rat race. And so here on the parasympathetic nervous system side, okay, we'll call it rest and digest mode, which is what we're intending in this journey to help activate for you. In rest and digest mode, the name gives it away. Your digestion works great because you're safe. You've got time to digest your food, to process the nutrients. Then it's got time to send them to your hair and your skin and your nails, to nourish you, to glow. You've got time and you're feeling safe to bring a child into the world. So our hormones, whether you want a child or not, our hormones are more smooth because they're working in the flow that they were designed. And also, where's it gone? Just lost my train of thought. You're in a restful state. So you are less reactive because you've got time to respond, okay? You're not racy. And rest and digest mode is a healing mode, okay? If you've had underlying health issues for a while now, it's very likely when we're stressed, our body can't prioritize healing. When we're at rest and we're at peace, we're digesting our food properly, the nutrients are being absorbed, then our body says, yay, I've got nutrients, I've got time, I'm safe, I can go and fix the skin issue here, I can go and fix this hormone imbalance there, I have time, nutrients, and resources to invest in healing, okay? So this is why this is at the top of my core principles, is peace, because when we are in a peaceful state, we have activated this parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode. And it's key. You could be taking the most brilliant supplements in the world and, doing all the external self-care things in the world. But if you are not feeling safe and you are still stressed and in the hustle and the daily grind, your body can't do anything with all those good nutrients and all that self-care. It really comes down to the state of your nervous system, okay? Peace. So let's take a deep breath. Because did you know taking a deep breath or a few deep breaths can actually switch you over into rest and digest mode? It's actually that simple, okay? So for me, this is a part of my life and my practice. So it is more simple and it can be that easy for me to just be still and breathe and I feel my body go into that state. For some of you, it may take a little bit more practice, but just so you know, really taking 5 deep breaths, it's scientifically proven you can activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Pretty amazing, right? And that's going to cost you nothing and it's going to bless you amazingly. So there's also research on using essential oils to help calm your nervous system. Okay, so we've got a household favorite of lavender. And this is another brilliant way to get you from the grind and the rat race and the hustle into calm mode. You can just sniff it straight out of the bottle, or you can, this is how I like to do it. I think my lavender's run out. Perfect timing. I've got some frankincense on hand here too, and this is another part of my peace practice. So you put a drop in my hand, just activate it, rub it a few times in here, and I like to put a little bit on where I'll be able to smell it, sometimes wrists, okay? And then cupping our hands over our nose. And doing that 5 times. Letting your shoulders relax, letting the rest of you relax. This can take 30 seconds and can switch you from the hustle and the grind to rest and digest mode. Amazing, right? This is so vital for our health, as I've just explained to you. So what are we going to do? This course is designed so that we will dive in together and journey positive health choices, really holistic health practices that are going to change our well-being and that are gonna cause us to thrive, okay? So in order to thrive, we must be activating this parasympathetic nervous system. We must be coming from a place of deep inner peace, all right? Don't get me wrong, I don't stay there 24/7. I get knocked off, I forget, and I get distracted. But then I have woven these peace practices into my life that at least once a day, I'm making sure I'm getting super duper in this deep mode, okay? So we're going to make sure we are incorporating a peace practice in our daily lives, and so I want to share a bit about that for me. My daily peace practice is meditation, and this has been just so profound and changed my life so much. So don't trip up on any words. If meditation is not how you like to word it, it's fine. Whatever peace practice, mindfulness, whatever resonates with you, let's just not trip over terminology or what that may look like, because meditation actually can look like a whole vast range of things. So I'm going to share some content on the page for you to check out and see what resonates with you. We're going to share different apps, music, techniques that might work for you, but wherever you fit on it, it's okay. The main thing is that we all incorporate some type of peace practice in our lives on a daily basis, okay? So I think at minimum 10 minutes, but ideally 20 minutes a day of stillness, of a peace practice, okay, where we're incorporating being still, breathing, and just receiving, in that receive mode, okay? So for me, to be honest, it changes with the seasons, because in summer, the sun's up, it's early, I can get up early, I can go to the beach, and it's warm, and I can meditate there. In winter, like this morning, getting out of bed was cold. I think it was 6 degrees this morning. And so that's where my dressing gown is my secret weapon. Socks, blankets, dressing gowns, getting up when my family is still asleep, when it's still quiet, and having at least 20 minutes to just be still, to drink in peace. For me, this is where I'm at right now, but it sometimes changes, and that's good too, okay? We're always growing and evolving. So for me, it is instrumental music, and I swing between really peaceful instrumental music and chill step instrumental music. I really am into chill step at the moment. It is so beautiful, and I find myself in beautiful spaces. So I'll share some music on the page too, and I would love to hear what you've found helpful. If it's apps, if it's certain music, love to hear that. And also sometimes for me or for my husband or for clients, there is the Shakti mat option. If you have a Shakti mat, lying on a Shakti mat to have your peace practice is beneficial for your physical body, as well as this peace still practice, okay? So yes, for me, my journey with meditation really began. This is a starting place for me, but if it's not you, just put it aside and that's fine. But I really began just envisioning myself face to face with my creator. Okay, and so we were close face to face, and I would just be seeing the creator and breathing our creator's breath, which was just life and love and peace and joy. So I'm exchanging with the divine, and then I would breathe out any negative emotions I had, any tension, any fears and worries. This was how my meditation began, like an exchange. And I was a person that did pray a lot beforehand, a lot with words, and it so revolutionized my inner world when I just exchanged all this without words and just with the eyes of my heart, really. Just a really heart-centered connection. Oops, I shall just... My phone is on silent, but my computer is not. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I want to wrap this video up because I didn't want to make them super long because I want to make them accessible for you. And by no means is this comprehensive, but it's a starting point and we can have conversations, and we've got the week that we're diving into this peace practice. So a couple of practical things that I suggest to clients: have a peaceful space or set up something beautiful, and put some natural things in there or some plants. Have your essential oils on hand. And for me, I'm just learning about crystals, so these are really fun, beautiful things to have in your peaceful space. Anything that you have in your life that reminds you, it has like a vibe of peace and chilled out and a safe place. Probably not children's toys. So keep away anything that is like busy, hustle, grind for you. Create a peaceful space. Put a plant in there, get some natural things in there, get some beautiful vibes going along, okay? And then I'm inviting you to commit at least 10 minutes a day to some type of peace practice, okay? And sometimes I miss the morning. For whatever reason, I don't get there in the morning. Hey, you've got the evening. Most of us have children that go to bed and we have some time. Just 10 minutes or 20 minutes ideally. We can all put down our phones and our scrolling and our busyness, as husband's watching the TV or whatever. Just pull aside and just give that 20 minutes to being still, to being present, to breathing, okay? Deep breathing. That's really what I enter into when I'm meditating, and I'm really keen to share more, but again, I'm mindful of not making this too long or overwhelming. All right, so thanks for listening. Write something in the comments. Do you meditate yet? Are you looking forward to it? Are you scared? Have you tried? Has it been tough? Just whatever. We're here to support one another in a community, okay? And this week we are diving into our peace practice, which is going to set us up to thrive. All right, blessings.